What are overall aspects to consider when you start implementing the three different parts: collection, sorting, and recycling? The first point, of course, is that it takes a while to implement it, not in order just to get the population and your inhabitants used to this type of new collection system, but it takes a while to make all the investment decisions and get the infrastructure in place. Since you have to consider this is not just like adding one plant or one collection system, but it's adding something like a totally new type of industry, which is not dependent upon primary raw materials anymore, but is based on secondary raw materials. This is, of course, something which takes a moment. So again, you may want partners on all sides which are able to keep up with these challenges and are flexible to do this. Other things like to consider is what are things which are easy to recycle and to collect, like glass, paper, polyolefins and plastics, metal packaging, aluminium, and some other things which are maybe a little bit more tricky to develop a recycling infrastructure at the end and to phase out not only on an area by area, but on a basis of waste stream by waste stream over time. The question which is usually being discussed is whether, for instance, you want companies, waste management companies, to do collection, sorting, and recycling at the same time, or you want to separate this. This, of course, depends on the qualification of the waste management companies in your country, whether they're able to provide this service or not. What is, regardless, very necessary and helpful is that you have a very standardized processes for the interfaces between collection and sorting, and for sorting and recycling. Especially a sorter will have the issue that he doesn't know what's coming in, and if there is incoming material which is not according to the required collection material. For instance, in Germany, it's almost impossible to claim material or to reject material which is incoming because there is no standardized protocol how to reject material, on what to reject, and on which basis. There is, for instance, a good example to look at the Netherlands, where they have a system of protocoling the output of a transfer station which goes to a sorting plant. And at the same time, a sorting plant has to fill out a protocol on a load-by-load basis in order to decide whether this material is good or not. And there are clear-cut criteria to decide whether material can be rejected or not. And the same, for instance, in Norway, where there's a very good system to monitor the quality of transfer stations on a yearly basis, where there is then a bonus and malus system for, in this case, the municipalities who are in charge of collecting, in order to motivate them to improve the collection system over time on a monetary basis. And there are other incentives as well. The next interface is, of course, a very important interface between sorter and recycler. For this, you definitively need clear protocols and specifications for how the material can look like when you are going to ship material from a sorting plant to a recycling station in order to be able to evaluate any claims which a recycler, for instance, is going to make. And of course, it helps the sorter to know what type of product is expected for him and to know at which point to improve the process, and that the output of the sorter is a little bit more marketable and not just reliant on one type of recycler at the end. Then there are little tiny things like, for instance, you should think about putting tags on your bales when you ship them out from a sorter to a recycler, to know that if there is a bale at the recycler, where this bale is coming from which sorting plant, and which type of material this is going to be. And overall, you have to consider that this is not only an operational thing to do on the street and in the sorting plant and at the recycling plant, but there are a lot of administrative processes and monitoring processes to develop over time. There have bills to be written, reports have to be made, etc. And this is a system which at the same time has to be implemented besides the operational issues. And you have to have partners on both sides which are able to develop this more or less new type of industry for your country. Thank you very much.